Welcome to the Analytic Christian. I'm Jordan, and this is the channel that helps you explore Christian philosophy and theology. There's so much going on at TAC right now. I thought I needed to create a video just to make you aware of this. There are resources that are free and ways to become involved, meet other people that you probably aren't aware of. So let's dive right in. First, let me start with some resources that you should take advantage of. They're completely free and they're available on my website. So if you go to www.theanalyticchristian.com, you'll be taken to my website here. And once you get to the website, you have a bit about me. You have ways to become a monthly supporter and one-time giving. I'll talk more about becoming a monthly supporter in a moment. You also have a way to contact me. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask, you can always reach out and send me an email at theanalyticchristian@gmail.com. Now, over here on the left panel, we've got videos and podcasts. So I've compiled some of my playlists. I've summarized entire books, chapter by chapter, with animations. So one of those is Mike Roda's excellent book, Taking Pascal's Wager. If you're reading through the book or you don't want to go buy the book, but you want to get a better grasp on some of the big ideas going on in philosophy of religion, you should check out my animated videos summarizing those chapters. Same thing goes for this little book by Richard Swinburne, Is There a God? I've made several videos at this point going chapter by chapter. There's still a few more to do, so be on the lookout for those in the coming future. Some of my main playlists here, over on the left, I have a blog. You may not be aware of this, but I do have a blog, and you can check out some of my articles here. I'm going to start making more of these 3-minute intro articles. So I'm going to pick a major topic and try and summarize it super concisely, give you the big ideas. So I would definitely go check out the blog. I've also got interactive slides. I call these TAC notes. So they summarize big ideas on just a single slide, and they give you resources that you can use to investigate what's on that slide more. So just for example, here we've got an introduction to logic. So I've got slides on deductive versus inductive logic and sources you can use to learn more on those topics. And there are lots of TAC notes available here, so go and check that out. I also have a list of all the scholars that I've interviewed. So if you listen to a particular interview and you would like to find out more about that scholar, you can go and click on their image and it will take you to their website and you can learn more about the work that they're doing. You can see other articles they've written, maybe articles that I haven't interviewed them on. So definitely take advantage of this. I'll stop there, but you can investigate the website more. All of that's completely free. Now, Christmas is also upon us. I hope that you'll consider checking out some of the apparel that I've created. These are brand new shirt designs that I just created. Let's take a look at these and see if you might be interested in purchasing any, and I'll show you how to purchase them in a moment. So the first shirt, Take the Wager. A couple of my philosopher friends have expressed interest in this one. And on the back of these shirts that I'm showing you is the link to the website. So people might be interested in what they see on the front, and the back shows them where they can go to learn about more. So this is a play on Pascal's wager. Beauty is evidence for God. So in January sometime, I'll be doing an interview on an argument from beauty. This is a play on Pascal's wager as well. It says you should bet on Jesus, and it's got some dice there. Again, a play on Pascal's wager. This one, I like it. It's nice and crisp and clean. It just says keep exploring Christianity, which is my tagline. Then we've got this one, looks like a cross. The crossbeam though says Christian philosophy. This one says Jesus rose from the dead and there's good evidence for it. This one's actually based on my interview with Liz Jackson recently, where she made a case that new atheists have a misunderstanding of faith, that they think it's just automatically, like by definition, irrational. So faith is rational is what it says on the shirt. This one's funny. This is based on my interview with Andrew Moon on the evolutionary argument against naturalism. This is going to be one of those shirts that you either get it or you don't. It says the probability of your cognitive faculties being reliable given naturalism and evolution is low. So the probability of R given N and E is low. If you're familiar with the evolutionary argument against naturalism, you'll get it. This is one that I'm definitely going to be ordering for myself for Christmas. Belief in God can be properly basic. I have an entire playlist of videos on religious epistemology, and in those videos, we make an extended case that belief in God can be properly basic. So I'd encourage you to go check those out. Last, to finish up here, we've got the classic shirts. So I have the one that says the Analytic Christian there on the left. And my friend Andrew Moon actually came up with the design for the one on the right. It says analytic philosophy plus Christianity equals TAC. There are more colors for each one of these shirts than just the ones you've seen. I just selected one to show you. If you're interested in getting any of those shirts, then just go back to the website and you can click where it says TAC merchandise, and it will take you to this image. Click on the image there, click on the word merchandise, and it'll take you to my website where you can purchase those. Teespring, that's where they're made, and you can have it shipped to you within a couple weeks. I just ordered one last night and it said it would be here within the next 2 weeks. Those are some ways that you can get cool apparel and also support me in the process. If you do place an order for any of that apparel, just use the code Christmas when you check out and you'll get 10% off of your purchase. To finish up here, I want to talk about how you can become a monthly supporter and why you might want to do that. So I have lots of ideas. However, I'm currently working 2 additional side jobs in addition to my regular job. That really limits the amount of time that I have to create content for you. By becoming a monthly supporter, you can help me drop these secondary jobs that I have, and that would free up more time for me to create content. Here's what you can get by becoming a monthly supporter. I have 3 levels. At level 1, that's just $5 a month. You get 2 things. You get early access to videos, and you get to be a part of the book club that meets once a month on Zoom. This year, we were able to read How Reason Can Lead to God by Josh Rasmussen, A Grotesque in the Garden by Hud Hudson, Hell and Divine Goodness by James Spiegel, and several essays out of this big tome, Philosophy of Religion and Anthology. Let me say that I think the book club is probably the best way to meet other people that are interested in philosophy of religion and the kind of videos that I make. We meet monthly. You get to talk with me. You get to talk with philosophers who watch my videos and contribute to my videos, and you'll get to meet lay people as well. It's a great environment for learning and just getting to know one another. Now, at level 2, you get 2 additional perks. You get to participate in Ask a Scholar and the After Show. Ask a Scholar is where you can submit a question and I will find an expert on the topic of that question and make a video where they answer that question. I have an entire playlist of videos that you can check out where scholars answer questions that were submitted by patrons. Now, the after show is something new that I'm doing that's really cool. After I finish an interview, I have the scholars stick around for about an extra 10 or 15 minutes, and I ask them some of my additional questions or some questions that patrons have submitted in advance. This after show won't get released to the public. It can only be accessed by patrons. So by becoming a patron, you're getting access to some exclusive content. To finish up, level 3 is for patrons that give $25 a month, and those patrons get 2 additional perks. They get a backstage pass and bonus material. So here's what a backstage pass is. This is something new that I'm trying out. When I pre-record an interview, it won't be live. The backstage pass will get you access to that interview as it's happening. And at the end of the interview, if you have questions, I will let you come on screen and ask the scholar your question directly. This is more personal than just submitting something in the live chat. Now, this portion won't be made public. I'm just making this portion part of the patron-only after show. As for bonus material, whenever a scholar has a Google Doc that's outlined their responses to my questions for the interview, or if I've created slides that we've used in the interview, I'm going to make those available to patrons at level 3. If you become a patron today, you're going to get access to loads of videos. Let me just show you really quickly what you get access to by becoming a patron today. First, I've done an interview with Dr. Luke Barnes where he critiques this animated video that Dr. William Lane Craig released on the fine-tuning argument. Next, I attended a philosophy of religion workshop back in October, and I recorded some live interviews when I was doing that. One of those was with Frederick Chu on the prior obligation objection to divine command theory, and that's what this video is about. I also did an in-person interview while there with Eric Sampson on his presentation that he gave about a dilemma for effective altruism as it relates to philosophy of religion. I also did an interview with Justin Mooney while I was there. He's made an argument that you don't need open theism to account for gratuitous evil in the world. Additionally, I've done a kind of mini series on faith. So I've interviewed Dr. Chris Tweet on what is faith. Let me tell you, this account makes a whole lot of sense to me, and it was really enlightening. Additionally, I've done an interview with Dr. Liz Jackson on whether faith can be rational or not. Surprise, she thinks it can, and she thinks the new atheists get this one wrong. Also, I've done an interview with Dr. Paul Blaschko on a book that he's written with Megan Sullivan called The Good Life Method. Really fun book based on a course that he actually teaches at Notre Dame. I've also done an interview with Dr. Kevin McCain on a book that he's written with Cambridge University Press called Understanding How Science Explains the World. This will give you like a crash course in the philosophy of science. I also have a video with Dr. Christian Miller. This was actually an Ask a Scholar video. One of my patrons submitted a question about whether atheism makes altruism more virtuous or not. It was a really fascinating interview. In addition to all of those videos, you also get access to the patron-only after shows that I've recorded. I have 3 right now. One is with Dr. Chris Tweet. This one was fun because we actually talk about Frank Turek's title of his book, I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist, and whether that can make sense on the account that Dr. Tweet gave. I also have a patron-only after show with Dr. Kevin McCain, where we talk a little bit more about the philosophy of science and conspiracy theories in particular. And then to finish up, I have a patron-only after show with Dr. Luke Barnes, where he answers a couple of questions that my patrons submitted in advance. So if you were counting, that's 12 videos that only my patrons have access to right now. If any of that sounds interesting to you, here's what you can do. You can go to www.patreon.com/theanalyticchristian. I've put the link in the description to this video, and you can sign up for whatever amount you like. It doesn't have to be exactly $5, $10, or $25 a month. You can choose your level, but as long as you meet that minimum threshold, I'm going to count you as being a participant at that level. If you can't contribute financially, I totally understand. I just appreciate you watching my videos. I hope this video gives you a glimpse of all the things that are going on here at TAC. Take advantage of the free resources on the website, and if you're able to support me financially, either by purchasing apparel or becoming a patron, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and keep exploring Christianity.